Judges 8 1 to 35. And yeah, I think my least favorite book in the Bible has to be Judges, because it's like just the same cycle of disobedience over and over again. And so, Gideon pursued Zeba and Zalmunna, and there were people like, I guess, people who taunted him along the way, and he took kind of revenge on them. I don't know if that was pleasing in the sight of the Lord, but that was what he did. Then, but he did pursue them and kill them, and it also said that they actually kill his brothers, um, like brother by blood. And so I guess that was, God chose him because he has connection to this. I'm not sure, but that's what happened. And then Gideon made an ephod. I don't know why, but he made it, and it became a snare to Gideon and his family. Don't know what way, but it definitely became a snare to the people, because they actually worship it, and it's that all Israel prostituted themselves by worshiping it there. And so I guess him and his family also was involved in this kind of like worship of an object rather than of God. So that is like, that's very alarming to know that we have a tendency to do that, and it's just bad. I mean, but then when he died, then the people prostituted themselves to Baals again, and it also said that they did not show any loyalty to the family of Gideon. So I don't know what that means, but they probably did not honor them. They didn't listen to them or something. I'm not sure. But so it's just the cycle that I get tired of reading. Like, just, I'm like, why do people do this? And it's just a span of 40-ish years, and it's just like, what can be changed? Like, how do I help my children to not fall into this cycle of disobedience? If I loved God deeply, and how will I help my children to also do that and not have this kind of like cycle of disobedience in my own family line? And that's just, it sounds like I can't. I mean, it sounds like, because each person have their own free will, like, even though I want my family line to be honoring God, there might just, it might just be powerless. I mean, I feel powerless, and that might be just how it is, because each person have to account for themselves in front of God. So, but for me, at least until my grandchildren's stage, I hope that I will pass it on to my children, and then I hope to be involved in my grandchildren's life, so that if my children doesn't like take it seriously to teach the my grandchildren in the way of God, that I would have some influence. But then after that, it's kind of like, hopefully, like, my children will have the same mentality as me, and then just the cycle of obedience and loving God will continue. But otherwise, my family might just be in the same situation as this, and it's really hard and disheartening to think about that potential. But I know that God is good, and he said that if you teach a child in the way that he should go, when he grow old, he will not depart from it. So I trust his word, and even though there might be prodigals, that they will always return to God. And because I trust his word, I take teaching my children in the way of the Lord very seriously, and I hope my children and my grandchildren and so on, they will do the same.